Okay, I am attempting to put the filthy horror ejector in because I've got to set up the guide rails for the side rollers, and I need to know where it's going to go so I can cut this piece of metal out where Jake re-welded all this and fixed it, and then put the rollers in, get the guide strips in, see if I can run the door forward and back and get them where exactly where they need to be, and then probably pull this thing back out. But I'm just hoping I got enough cable to get her up in the air, get her up, yeah, and get it in. So wish me luck. So I think I needed to be farther forward with the service truck. So let's see here. I'm gonna pull them down. Okay, note to self, I need more slack in the chain because it hits the boom. Either that, or probably what I need to do is pull the service truck ahead about 2 or 3 feet is all. So now I got to get down in there and turn this around straight and get it set down. Might just have to get a bar, and I got to scooch it over and get it centered here. Okay, I didn't have to take those apron balls out to get this in. Didn't even think about that, but until those side roller strips are in, you can take it in and out pretty easy. But I think what I need to do here is start the scraper, raise it up, and get the can level. Put a block under the cutting edge there to hold that floor up level so this thing can't slide. That way I can take the pry bar, move it around, and get it straight side to side, and then get the tail roller assembly straight and square. Okay, this should go. So you need to heat these glow plugs on these old buggers about 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's, wow, the hitch came on, didn't know that. So that's about level. I got out the Jeff Anderson level. I could have used my eye, I could have used that built-in bubble I have in my red eye, but I didn't. So that's pretty level. So now the question is can I lift it back out with this thing that high in the air? And I think the only way I'm going to be able to do that is move the service truck ahead just a little bit. That way I don't have the issue of the top of that thing getting into the boom. Move the truck ahead a little, give myself a little bit more slack in the chain, because I had plenty of lift. I think that would do the trick. So now, yeah, that's way too far forward. Matter of fact, you can see the end of the rails come right to here. Anyway, so what you do is you get a hold of it with your crane. After the apron's out and the trunnion balls are off, you just slide it ahead until these exit the bent piece that goes in here, and you can come up out with it. Anyway, there's one of the edges right there, and you can see they go back to here and they weld on right in here. You can see where he scarfed them off. Anyway, why haven't we fixed this dumb thing years ago? I don't know. Now we need it. Now we need it, and it ain't fixed. Okay, these are the rollers installed, and I've got the cam set over for maximum distance away from it. And then these bolts go in there. There's a groove in there that's going to hold the roller. But I need to take a grinder to this because you can't hardly get the bolts in and out for some reason. Wow, those sides are worn bad. See, this is the other thing I needed to find out is if I reline this all the way down to these other ones and then hook this to the reline stuff, is it gonna clear? Am I gonna have enough room on that roller to make it work? This is what I'm talking about. So it's got to run against this roller, and that's how much room I have in here. And I'm gonna have to check the other side, make sure I got the same. But if I can go ahead, I don't need to cut this off. That's big heavy steel. So, but we did cut this skin off here, so it would be really cool to bring that down into this one and weld it on, and then go ahead and attach this. I got hornets trying to bite me again. Let's go get the hornet spray. see if we still got... Oh yeah, I got them in there. Dead hornets. Only good hornet is a dead hornet. So you're probably asking yourself why I don't have any help. Because my help's all out doing work. That's why. So that one there, I gotta be honest with you, that whole bracket looks bent to me. It's gotta be. It looks, that whole roller looks like it's tipped to the inside, like they've bent that. Oh, that's great. Okay, so I got the ejector cylinder hooked up. It's all the way out, maximum travel, and that gives me plenty of room for the trunnion balls with the bolts in them for clearance. So now I just got to figure out where to put this. If it's actually all the way forward, I'll just cut a little bit out here to fit this, and it doesn't really need to stick out. It's tough to do this just by yourself, but it's got to be done, so just getting it done. I used to do everything by myself, everything. I work alone. Okay, so I got the compressor going and got out a buffer wheel and cleaned the rust out of these bores, got the pins in, got the rollers on, ejectors hooked up. Man, you can see how badly bent that bracket for that roller over there is. That is bent. Bent. Wish I'd have noticed that a long time ago. So, what am I doing now? I don't know. Sometimes I just have to sit here, contemplate the vagaries of repairing this old girl. So I know the door is as far ahead as it's ever going to go. Matter of fact, it's probably not even going to go that far because there's enough slop in the pin there and the one in the back. Anyway, I've got to, I think at this point, I think the next thing I got to do is undo those bolts and get those bottom rollers adjusted the same on each side, and probably raise it up as high as it'll go. Then I can set these rails right down against this flange, and somehow I've got to, I'm not going to have to take much out of that, am I? Make the notch so that'll clear. Dicked up, ain't gonna come off, but it's loose, so that's probably gonna be 1.5 inches or bigger. Probably gonna have to pick the weight off of this to do it. Oh, it's gonna turn. Okay. I've got that much sticking through, which by the time you put a piece of 1/4, 3/8, I probably got a 1/2 inch or better sticking through. It's not going to catch on here. So what I'm thinking about doing is just right here on the very end of this, put a good heavy tack so that if I need to bend that back up or down, I can do it, and hopefully not bend that. I think I'll go get the tape measure and measure from the floor up to this, and then go to the back and see what it is, and that should get me pretty close. Anyway, I put the roller back in and I cranked it over tight against that, and it's holding this in. So if the floor is uniform, which it should be, I should be able to tell what I got here. So it looks like about 42 to that bend. That was my invention, to hold it with a crane. 42. And okay, it looks to me like she's a wee bit high back here. Just a wee bit high. So in order to make the back move and not the front, I need to let the crane down just a bit. So I think I'm just a little bit too low on this back end, just a little bit. But if I tack it up there on that corner, I should be able to move it around. But it's really crooked. These sides are really bent. So basically what I'm going to have to do is bring the ejector back, crank that roller out, tack it, bring it back, tack it until I get clear back here, and hopefully I can get it up there tight. Alright, so I've got this piece in there. I got him tacked up front. One spot right here. I got the roller put up against it tight. And then I'll have to roll the ejector back when I get this other side done. Tomorrow I'll get that all figured out and done. Hey look, Sheriff Griffey. It's the sheriff. Where's your sheriff hat? He came out to find me. So it's time to go in the house and eat. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Oh. So I'm not that far away from getting her done. A few more days. Work hard over the weekend. I should have it done, put together, I hope. Hey, we're headed out to the cat box this morning. It's a cold morning. You can almost see your breath. I'm wearing a cat jacket now for the first time. Summer's over. Summer's done. So, gotta go out to the mailbox. I got a sticker going to Carson Clapp in Siler City, North Carolina. You gotta stay, Griff. So, he got some stickers, so his going via envelope. Put that there, we'll get out the sticker. Beets are, oh, I was gonna tell you, beets are gonna be like 62 bucks a ton this year. Insane. Guys are signing potato contracts for 30, 34 bucks a 100. It's gonna be crazy. So we're about to get super busy here shortly, covering rock piles and stuff. It's gonna get nuts. I know it is. It just is. So I got a box going out to Joseph Hupp in Australia. So Joe Hupp, right there. Looks like you're going to the Los Angeles processing facility. Got a hat going to T. Null. He sent me some decals and some dough, so there you go, Mr. Null. Got some stuff going to Gil Ingram in Prescott, Arizona, and Gordon Parsons in Dodson, Montana. Shirt going to John Connett, Phipsburg, Colorado. One going to Jackson West, Byron Center, Michigan, and Keith Hartman in Pittsburgh, PA. So, have to apologize, this stuff's going out so late. I had a printer issue. Windows did an update. It took me a week or better to figure out that it was a Windows update that caused all the problems. so I had to call my buddy David down in Arkansas. Kind of just used him to, I texted him. He texted me through the problem. Anyway, I figured it out. Got this problem sorted, printer works, so away we go again. So I forgot to get my camera this morning when I walked out of the house, but what I did is I had Matt run the ejector back while I motioned him. Anyway, so I've got this one in, except for back here I got a gap, so I'm gonna have to build a dog. If you don't know what a dog is, basically I'm gonna take a piece of metal and I'm gonna cut it like this. It's gonna come over and like that, and it's gonna look like a gun, and tack it here, and then I can get a bar under it and pry this down so I don't have such a gap, and it's just right through here. The other way to do that is get a big juicy red tack on there, and as soon as you're done, have somebody bang it with a hammer, and sometimes that'll dog it down. But anyway, so that one over there I'm gonna have to take back off, and I'm gonna have to raise it a little because I didn't have the roller up where it needed to be. So I have them both set pretty much exactly the same. Now this is, you can see this is what I'm talking about, how this whole bracket is bent, skiwampus, and so the flange is in there. It's got a little clearance, but I can adjust the bottom rollers down to give it a little bit more clearance there if I need to. So I'll go get this other side while I can get to the tack on the front and stuff. I'll get it cut off and then build a dog, weld that on, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, this is my wedge in here, and I'm just gonna take a big chisel and drive in here and see if she'll dog her down. Oh yeah. So it dogged it down in here, not so much back here. So I might be moving it to get it, the rest of it down. I think I can I'll go ahead and tack it up here. I gotta get another rod. Okay, now to get this off, you just do this. Maybe. There you go. I'm right in there into here. See, the sides are caved in pretty good. There's not much you can do there. Not hard to fill on top. Underneath, she's a bear. Okay, so I got the dog on here, and I got it shoved down as far as it's gonna go. So we'll weld that right there. Okay, that one's on. So now I need to grind the welds loose on this one. Run it back up and redo this. Matt's changing oil. Lo and behold, every scraper has dead batteries. Filthy Ore had dead batteries because I left the disconnect on. The other two, we have no idea why. Alright, so she shifted over this way 9 miles. We're gonna have to get it back over. And then get this piece back in there and reset it. Start all over again. Tack it. Probably run the door back. Probably have to dog it down. I have like a 10-ton body ram set up with leg extensions, but I need like 3 times the extensions. Otherwise I'd just put it in here and push it over. Save me a lot of hassle. I could just hang it off the crane and move it around, push it together, weld it, be done with it. But no, I don't have enough stuff to do it. Okay, so I had to take this strip out and readjust it, move it up just a little bit, and then I had to dog it back down. And I had such a tough time dogging it down, I actually ripped it off twice. Left part of the dog on the scraper bowl. So what I need now is I need the wear strips, and I should have called Steel Unlimited and got those. What they do is I'm gonna put 3-inch wide material in there, 3/8, and it'll be AR plate. And so all I gotta do is call them, tell them what I need. And in order to cut AR plate in strips, you have to double burn it. So you've got a torch cutting along one edge and then a torch cutting the other one at the same time, because if you don't, if you just cut it with a single torch, that stuff will it'll go dogleg bad. So I need to get those. If I had them here, I could have tacked those in, could have moved the door back, because the bowl is really wore up towards the front, plus it's bent from stuff getting in there, and it's literally bent the sides. I don't know if you can see the dog leg in them. Anyway, basically what you got to do is come clear back here to the original where it's straight, and then tack your strips on, take the ejector out, then weld the back side and the front side of those strips. But for right now, in order to get this in and then get these upper edges relined, I'm gonna have to take it out, which means I'm gonna have to put it back in again when I get the wear strips. Unhook the ram, take the trunnion balls off, and then go forward with it and up and out. So it's Friday, so I'll do that tomorrow, Saturday, unless I go do something fun over the weekend. Probably be working on this old girl. Anyway, so I got them both tacked in good, and they're ready to be welded on there. So you can see a video. I'm going to go in the house and upload this and then publish a video. So it's Friday about 6:30, 7 o'clock. So I'll make that public for like, I don't know, 1 or 2 a.m. Anyway, I'm getting stuff done. I think Jake will be done with his job. He had to go dig another basement. I need his help big time. He's my welder. Get out the wire gun. He could zip this stuff on really quick. Get out the plas cutter and start cutting stuff out of this big sheet of material here. But I want to show you how much material is worn off the sides and the bottom of this door. Look at the size of that gap. It's huge. And it feels like at one time they must have cut it out right here and welded something in there. It's quite thick. So you put AR plate on there, weld it on this side, weld it on the back side, you're good to go. And then huge gap here, but when I get it clear to the back where it doesn't wear so much, it's not going to be that bad. So anyway, I got to get this baby done. We got to go to work. So when I went to start this and move it over here, the batteries were dead. Actually, when I went to start it, the disconnect was on. So my bad, I left the disconnect on for months, run the batteries down. I put the charger on it overnight. I got that big blue fleet charger and it does 24 volt. Got it going, it seems to be fine. But Matt went out to start number 1 and number 2, and both of them have dead batteries. And we jumped number 2 and got it going, and he got it up here and he's changed the oil in it. I got 2 new 8D batteries in the shop. He left early tonight when he went home back to Pokey. He's stopping at Western to get 2 more new ones, $486 a piece. And we'll get new batteries in number 1, number 2, get them serviced up. And then we got to get to work. Lots of stuff to do. I'm going to get real busy now. Don't know how much time I'll have to work on that. 50 bucks says I'm going to be pushing that in there to do it. But if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. So you guys have an awesome weekend, long weekend, and I'll see you next week.